Hello everyone and welcome to Made B&B 724 YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video thumbs up. Does Sheila target Luna because of her horrible haze stunt? Luna Nozawa is becoming more and more dangerous on Bold and the Beautiful, and Sheila Carter might become enraged by her next move. We'll discuss how their grandmother might respond to Luna's perverse scheme that targets her younger brother, Hayes Forrester. Luna's unsettling scheme against Hayes Finnegan, a Bold and the Beautiful dissection last week. Luna became quite eerie when she claimed that Steffi Forrester would sympathize with her if she experienced the anguish of a parent being kept away from a kid, which Steffi has already experienced. However, her insane stepdaughter is unaware of that. Luna is currently spying on Hayes while he attends his new art school. Steffi, Finn, and Liam Spencer. I said it was the same set as the previously occupied residence. And it most certainly is. Since the other art school was boned in the Inferno in Los Angeles, I like that they acknowledge that Liam has established this one at the beach house where his brother Wyatt Spencer once resided. As they all drop Hayes off at his art program, Luna is hiding. A week later, Luna goes up to her younger brother Hayes and strikes up a conversation with him, telling him she has something for him. Sheila attacks Luna for wicked Hayes stunt in Bold and the Beautiful. Soap date Bold. Luna tries to entice Hayes away. Luna may be trying to entice Hayes to accompany her. You know, Hayes could feel comfortable going with Luna if she tells him she's his big sister and that she's Finn's daughter. She appeared prepared to simply take out the gun, shoot Steffi, and be done with it. She has since changed her mind. Luna might therefore inform Hayes that his parents have asked her to pick him up from school and keep an eye on him till they return from work. If Luna is able to entice Hayes away from his teacher, parents, and Liam, she may even simply take the child away. Luna has been overly preoccupied with that child ever since she overheard Finn talking to Hayes. Will Grandma protect Hayes from Luna? That's Sheila Carter's outrageous reaction. Pardon me if I'm mistaken, but Luna wants Steffi to understand the suffering of being kept from a kid. But that's what happens when you're confined and unable to reach your kids. She simply doesn't see it, though. Luna is completely blind to it. Sheila, however, is another someone who understands the anguish of being separated from their child, as Jack Finnegan essentially coerced her into giving up her parental rights and turning over their son Finn. Then, without telling Lee Finnegan that she was parenting her husband's biological child with someone else, Jack tricked her into adopting Finn. Naturally, Lee adores Finn and views her as his mother. Even though she is not permitted to be their mother or grandmother, Sheila still loves Finn and Hayes. Additionally, I believe Sheila would go all out against Luna if she made any kind of predatory move on Hayes. Beautiful and Bold. Does Sheila go crazy? For example, I could imagine Sheila going utterly crazy if Luna abducted Finn's son. Sheila would never permit her grandson Hayes to be in close proximity to his insane sister. Sheila is a huge fan of Luna Bold and the Beautiful, of course. However, Sheila is also aware that her granddaughter is mentally ill. She simply shared all of that with Deacon Sharp, and she is rather worried. Therefore, Luna might turn Grandma Sheila's villain switch back on if she puts Hayes in risk. I could imagine how Sheila would discover that Luna had taken Hayes and immediately begin after Luna in an attempt to locate and rescue Hayes from his insane sister. If Sheila enlisted Poppy Nozawa to assist in the hunt for Luna and Hayes, that would be crazy, right? Poppy and Remy's possible roles. Can they stop Luna's rampage? As we all know, Sheila blames Poppy for Luna's transformation into a crazy and her subsequent double murderous reign of terror. To be honest, Steffi was the victim of a third unsuccessful murder attempt. Sheila firmly believes that Poppy need to make an effort to persuade Luna to relax and move out of town. And Sheila has good reason to insist on this. Therefore, I could picture Sheila making Poppy work hard to find Luna and assist in getting Hayes home safely if Luna abducts her brother. Poppy owes Steffi and Finn at least that much, after all. Of course, Remy Price is also involved in this. He has been spending time with Luna. He is friendly with Sheila, though. Remy might alert Sheila to the fact that Luna is becoming completely unstable and becoming really dangerous. Actually, I think it would be fantastic if Sheila, Poppy, and Remy, the three villains, banded together to prevent Luna from doing something possibly harmful with Hayes while she's attempting to discipline Steffi. Lee would also be out there looking for Luna to save her grandson. You know. The final battle. Will Sheila defend Hayes by eliminating Luna? That tiny crazy person could be in serious trouble if Sheila manages to get hold of Luna. She has only witnessed her grandmother's affectionate side. She has not witnessed Granny Sheila's full-fledged motoring side. Okay, so Luna is a killer. However, Sheila is alone in a class. All bets may be off if Luna takes Finn's child, granddaughter or not. Luna might actually be taken out by Grandma Sheila. I could see Sheila considering the situation and coming to the conclusion that this is a bad idea. However, if Luna were in a body bag, everyone would be safer. You know, I'm sure Sheila would try to get Luna to cease her actions, see reason, and agree to leave Los Angeles and never come back. However, Luna had a fit and refused when Sheila did that the last time. She also had same approach towards Steffi and a gun. And since Luna holds Steffi responsible for all of her issues, including her father Finn's constant rejection of her, we can tell that she is committed to teaching her this karmic lesson. Finn doesn't want Luna in his life because of her own deeds, even though he claimed that she killed 2 men and imprisoned Steffi. It seems more like a buffet of options for who could murder Luna if she abducts Hayes or does him any harm. Of course Steffi would. Steffi would undoubtedly eliminate Luna since, as you know, she stabbed Sugar while posing as Sheila. Unless it was an accident or self-defense, Puppy probably wouldn't. Furthermore, Finn doesn't appear likely to murder someone. However, if Hayes were in danger, I have no doubt that Sheila or Lee would put Luna down like a rabid dog. What will happen to Luna on Bold and the Beautiful after Lisa Yamada leaves? Additionally, it appears that Luna's time on Bold and the Beautiful is coming to an end. Additionally, Lisa Yamada will be leaving Bold for a bit as she concentrates on her new Prime Video series, L. But perhaps permanently, as this could serve as a springboard for something even more significant than soap operas. We will have to wait and see if Sheila ends up taking down Luna, since she might do anything if she learns that her granddaughter is pursuing her grandson, Hayes. Luna has only ever seen the side of Sheila that embraced her and physically threw her arms wide open. When everyone else turned away from her, she informed her that she loved her. Finn moved aside. After granting her a pardon, Bill Spencer severed his relationship with her. Given that she was being blamed for those 2 killings, Puppy's decision to distance herself was quite logical. Despite the fact that she is her grandchild, Lee has never shown any interest in her since she has simply written her off. Therefore, I believe Luna might be taken aback by Sheila's true abilities. She might have heard tales. However, she has never personally experienced it, and she might in the near future. Is Brooke Logan making Ridge envious by playing dirty and using Nick? Nick Marone is only a few days away, and Jack Wagner's return date is revealed by the comings and goings of the Bold and the Beautiful. Fans of B&B have been eagerly awaiting the fan favorites' big comeback, and Nick is reportedly rekindling his romance with Brooke Logan. However, does Brooke Logan feel the same way about Nick Marone, or is she just using him? Here are some spoilers for what will happen next on Bold and the Beautiful. Continue reading to find out. Viewers of Bold and the Beautiful are aware of Brooke Logan's devastation following Ridge Forrester's breakup with his ex-wife, Taylor Hayes. B&B spoilers: Nick Marone returns. Ridge is unable to forgive Brooke for not being faithful to him during the takeover of Forrester Creations, even though he begs for forgiveness. Watching Ridge Forrester play home with her enemy Taylor is hurting Brooke on the inside. Moving on with someone else is the best method to win your man back. The problem is made worse by the fact that Nick Marone, Ridge's enemy and half-brother, is involved. The rivalry between Ridge Forrester and Nick Marone on The Bold and the Beautiful has been extensively documented over the years. Ridge's half-brother, the famous Massimo's son, has never been on good terms with Ridge. Ridge will always be offended when he sees Brooke with another man, but he might lose it if he sees her with Nick Marone. B&B spoilers: will Brooke and Ridge reconnect? According to B&B teasers, Brooke will finally start getting over her breakup with Ridge and start getting back in touch with Nick. But when Ridge sees Brooke with his brother, he will be reminded of how much he loves her. Whether it's because she wants to be with Nick or because being with him helps Ridge notice her, Brooke appears really happy that he's back in town on the Bold and the Beautiful. Bloodlines and betrayals. After Luna's twisted plot targets Hayes, Sheila loses it. No one remains innocent for very long in the tumultuous emotional maelstrom that is the Bold and the Beautiful, and Luna Nozawa is evidence that the fruit doesn't fall far from the twisted family tree. What began as a misguided young lady attempting to establish herself has now evolved into something much more sinister. As Luna turns her attention towards an innocent child, her younger half-brother, Hayes Finnegan, her spiral into obsession, and now danger, has taken a horrifying turn. The strategy? Terrible. The driving force? Retaliation. The possible repercussions? Disastrous. Luna's unpredictable behavior has recently taken a terrifying turn. Luna appears to have planned to take Hayes from under their noses since she is obsessed with having Steffi Forrester experience the anguish of maternal separation. Luna waits for the ideal opportunity to spy on Steffi, Finn, Liam, and the young kid at his new art school, which Liam established at Wyatt's former beach house. Her motivations, however, are based on twisted reasoning and personal suffering rather than merely rage. Luna sincerely thinks that causing Steffi pain will help her stabilize her own shattered reality. The threat becomes all too real when she eventually goes up to Hayes and introduces herself as his sister. Is the boy going to follow her? Will she tell Fosards about their parents sending her to entice him away? Will she take him against his will? Or worse? Sheila Carter comes in. Whatever you think of Sheila, murderer, manipulator, insane, one thing is certain. She loves her family in a risky way. And when her grandson is in danger, Sheila will do nothing at all. When her own granddaughter becomes the threat, the lady who once fought her way back from the dead for her son Finn must make the even more terrible decision of what to do. Luna had only ever seen Sheila's tender side. However, the gloves will fall off once she learns about Luna's scheme to hurt Hayes physically or mentally. Additionally, there might only be one survivor in a confrontation between a deranged granddaughter and a very protective and aggressive grandma. Sheila's thoughts start to race. Should she bring up Poppy, Luna's mother who allowed her to become out of control? Should she call in the enigmatic character who looms over this familial mayhem, Remy Price? Or will she decide to handle things herself, the blooded way? Sheila and Poppy are still in love, and she continues to hold her responsible for Luna's disintegration. However, even former adversaries may come together when Hayes' safety is at stake. Poppy might be coerced by Sheila into assisting her in finding Luna, and Remy, who is divided between her allegiance to Luna and her mental health, might tip the scales. Lee Finnegan, too? She is Hayes' other grandma, and she will not stand by and watch helplessly as her family is in peril. Sheila and Lee together. Even Luna cannot withstand that force. And Finn comes next. Finn is straddling a fine emotional line, divided between the mother who gave birth to him and the woman who reared him, and now struggling with the fear that his own daughter could hurt his son. Everything leads up to the ultimate conflict. It might end in blood if Sheila discovers Luna first. Sheila Carter has heard it all before, even though Luna may scream, beg, or even attempt to manipulate her way out. And she might actually kill Luna if she thinks it's the only way to keep Hayes safe. An attempt in the dark. A shout by the shore. In the waves, a body. Is Sheila going to cross the finish line? Will someone else reach Luna first, such as Steffi, Lee, Poppy, or maybe Remy? Another storm is building in the meantime as Brooke Logan, still hurting from Ridge Forrester's betrayal, starts to get close to Nick Marone. Is this a planned plot to make Ridge jealous? Or is she attempting to move on? Ridge's fury and Brooke's love are about to be tested as Nick's return approaches. You can't go back if Brooke starts acting shady. The Bold and the Beautiful is rapidly approaching one of its most dramatic confrontations to date as the walls close in on Luna and Sheila's murderous instincts go into overdrive. Just one family. Just one kid. One grandmother who is insane. And Luna is a ticking time bomb. Sheila pursues Luna for a terrible Hayes stunt. The pain of being apart from one's child was first expressed in a whisper, a gentle, almost innocent statement made under Luna Nozawa's breath when she stood in the shadows of the Forrester mansion. She'll understand when she feels it herself. The pain of hearing a mother's defenseless wail reverberate in the shadows. Luna sowed that seed in her own mind, distorted by rejection, sadness, and the yearning to fit in. Luna thought that everything had been stolen from her by Steffi Forrester. Finn's affection, a position within the family, validity. Luna's obsession had dangerously evolved towards retaliation, no longer limited to gaining her stepfather's love or proving herself to the Forresters. What about her target? Hayes Finnegan was innocent and bright-eyed. Luna had spent the last week snooping around the beach house art school Liam Spencer had helped build for Hayes, a calm space that had once belonged to Wyatt Spencer but had been transformed into a sanctuary of expression after the wildfires destroyed the previous one. She had her long black hair tucked under a bowl cap and her phone camera ready. Every picture Luna took and every chuckle she heard Steffi and Liam share while dropping Hayes off fueled her passion. She stared at the young boy's artwork for too long. As she looked through previous pictures of Finn holding Hayes and grinning, ignoring the storm that was brewing outside the frame, her fingers twitched. Although it was not quite complete, Luna's plan was nearly ready. One afternoon, with a box in her hand and a false smile plastered on her face, she walked gently up to Hayes, standing next to the large driftwood sculpture out back. She said pleasantly, "Hayes, hello. Your big sister is me." It sounded innocent, at least on the surface, but I have something pretty cool for you. Hayes, however, who had been trained to be careful, hesitated. Uncertain, he cocked his head. Luna took a step forward. "My name is Finn's daughter," she declared. "I'm your sister, then. I created you something. Wouldn't you like to come see it?" Luna was unaware that Sheila Carter had also been observing her, something she could never have known. Hazy's grandmother, Sheila, was more than that. She proclaimed herself the protector of Finn's lineage, her devotion to her family twisted into an obsession. Sheila's protective instincts went crazy when Luna dared to touch Hayes and manipulate a youngster in order to harm Steffi. The fact that Luna was Finn's daughter was irrelevant. Her actions were not justified by that link alone. The heat rose in Sheila's chest as she hid in the dunes like a mother lion chasing a menace. She tightened her jaw. She was extending her claws. Her grandson was not harmed by anyone, not even relatives. A new chapter of mayhem ensued, in which Luna would discover that entering Sheila Carter's warpath entailed picking a side in a conflict she would never be able to win. The silence has ended. The actual storm was waiting just outside the frame, with its teeth bared, even though the waves might be crashing outside the beach house.